Alright, people. How y'all doing? Hopefully this is working. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know. Anyway. Where's my chat, man? Where's my chat? Yeah. Don't like that. Anyway, hope you're all good. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all safe. Thought I'd do something a little bit different rather than doing the gigging thing. So the idea is I'm going to open this up a little bit. I'm sure you like the song creation thing, really, and how we'll go about things and just hang out. Be good to see everybody as well. Not seen a lot of people for a while. Be nice to see you all. Come by. Let me know you're all well. Say hi. Ask any questions, whatever you want to do. Just come and hang out and let's have some fun, if anything. So, yeah, new guitar. Yeah. Look at that. Snake bite. Very nice. White. Love it. It doesn't sound like that. I think I'll have to turn the microphone down. Just 1 second and you'll hear it. Ooh, yeah. Question is, are we in tune for our too fast to the right. Ooh, metal. Yeah. 1, 2. Testicle 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back. See if anybody's popped in the old chat-a-runo. No. Yeah. So anyway. Just wanted to start streaming live, do something a little bit different, show the song creation process, show off my new guitar. Yeah, bring your friends along, let them know. Hopefully this is going to be a bit more of a reoccurrence as well. Try and do it every week if I can. Show you the songwriting process. I've got a couple of things I'm going to show you today, actually. One of them is kind of a new tune I've been working on anyway. So, it's in the bag. The riffs are there. It's metal. But yeah. So do you want to hear it? I think you do. Yeah. But feel free in the chat, like I say, while I'm part way doing whatever, I'll pick it up, I'll see it. Let us know any questions that you've got, anything. Whatever, hang out, I don't know. Can be, ask me a question about the latest news, I don't care. Whatever it is, hang out with me. Oh, it's heavy metal. Yeah, heavy. So do you want to hear a new one? Why the fuck not? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, heavy metal drums. In fact, I'll play them drums. Let's see what you think of them. Yeah. Heavy metal. So yeah, got myself a nice ESP. limited guitar. Don't know if anybody uses these. You probably do. I've always used ESPs. Great guitars. I thought I'd treat myself to a new one. Got myself a nice new Christmas present. And it weren't cheap. And I was kind of in the... what's this? So Darren Lomas, good friend of mine, who's in the chat. So where do you start when you're thinking of a new song? Good question. Good question. Where do I start when I think of a new song? To be honest, can be a riff. Can just be like something I'm jamming about with, like. I don't know, you can just come up with, just jam along and just play along and get some kind of ideas in your head, so it can be like something that just strikes you. I don't know. I mean, I'm just riffing off the top of my head here, and then you can just kind of get an idea of a beat in your head. So let's say we work with something like that. I don't know. Anything that just sounds good. And then once we're getting kind of ideas, sometimes, I don't know, a topic can come in your head that's just something to see and think, yeah, good topic for a tune. Build around that. A lot of times it can be riffs, just doodling around. Sometimes I can just be jamming along to some Metallica, something like that, and then something can spin off that. I don't know. Then also let's just say... Always good to jam other people's stuff. Definitely. Always good to jam other people's, because it always gives you... always gives you something to go off, something to build on. There's nothing wrong, in my book, if I'm honest with you, to rip... I'm not saying rip it off completely, but if you don't copy other people's stuff, if you don't play other people's stuff that's good, it kind of... you're limiting yourself. And the way that you kind of limit yourself then, it's like, well, I can't do this, I can't copy that. But to me, it can teach you a lot of things, a lot of chops. For example, I used to be really, really heavily into Metallica, as you know, but I was really heavily into And Justice for All album. Probably most people will know it, some that don't, but it was a very, very technical album, and for me, it hit the mark. So, I don't know, your little things like, let's just say, for instance, Justice for All itself, the song. So you can get, you know, even, I don't know, you're in a Sandman. But it enables you to play better, if anything. It doesn't mean to say you got to completely rip it off, but it influences you. And to me, you kind of got to listen to other songs anyway, because really, a lot of other songs are created from influence from other songs, if that makes sense. So you might hear, I don't know, a lot of my stuff that might sound very Metallica influenced, but you know what, if it's good and it works and it sounds good, you can just use it to give you some influence for your own stuff. And again, I think it's a good thing. I don't think there's any harm. When I first started playing as well, it was covers. So when you're doing covers, it teaches you a lot of how to play along, how to do things together as a band, even for yourself for writing, if that makes sense. So I hope that answers your question, Daz. Probably a bit long-winded. Yeah, I mean, to me, there's no harm in learning something else, because it will just It'll give you more influence for doing your own things. It may not happen straight away. It takes years and years. I mean, kind of where I'm at that level now, I've been doing it a long time. So, you know, everyone's got to start somewhere. But I'd say a good starting point is play your favourites. Play the things that you enjoy, because it's really easy to get into guitar and play, and then, I don't know, if anything, you can learn the basics and it can be boring, you know, but the basics are there. You need them. You do need them, obviously. You do need those basics, but at the same time, give yourself a little bit of fun as well. That's what the whole point of playing is. It's all about fun. It's all about enjoying it. And if you're not enjoying something, then what's the point? What's the point of doing it? So make sure you keep that fun element of what you're doing. I mean, yeah, I'll probably, you know, play along to a lot of Metallica stuff, but it just gives me, because of the technicality, that's why I like playing that kind of thing. There's a lot of other players that like to play a lot of other kinds of things, like, you know, black metal, dark metal, rock, you know, but expand your horizons. Try and learn something new, even if it's not even in your genre, which I love doing as well. Do it, man. Don't even know it does. Even scales can teach you a lot, actually. So things like your blues scales. So, for example, even a riff can come from that when you use noodle and bound scales. Yeah, riff. Might even use that. Anyway, any more questions? By all means, fling them in the chat. I'm gonna play you this new one I've been working on. Let's have a bit of fun. Hopefully, it might be pretty cool. Let's just hope I've got my chops down. Anyway, here we go. Enough of me. So I ain't even got a working title for this yet. It's just something I'm working on, but who knows? Could be a head banger. Heavy metal. So that's some stuff I'm working on so far. Again, loads of different processes for when you're doing different things. So you probably like heard there drums, for example. So the drums I program. I put them all together. You're probably hearing there a lot of this. I mean, they are samples, but again, technology's moved on so much now that I can literally just do these kind of things straight from your bedroom. A lot of people can. So showing you behind the scenes here, like if you hear the magic of, I don't know, you hear my recordings, I record it, produce it, mix it, I do everything. Do the vocals, you name it. Even program the drums. To me, I've done it for years, so it's simple, but for a lot of people, it's like, where would I start? Again, I use a program called BFD, so it's got like drums in there with them already, the samples. So these are kind of like room sounds, and there's the samples of the kit and so on and so on. It's quite complex, but big learning curve, but it gives me the drum sounds that I need to do the production I need. So it's all about capturing those sounds as well, really, especially the guitars. Years and years ago, you'd need a proper amp mic'd up. Now, because of technology, it's all cool. You just plug in. And once you've got your plug-in, you use plugins, so to speak. So, again, I use something that's pretty much like a version of a rectifier. It's called a dual rectifier. Gives you that heavy sound. So these are like the free versions that you can find out there. And then I'll be using like a cab simulator. So it's like recordings of a real impulse amplifier. And when I say that, it's like they take a snapshot of that cabinet, of that speaker with a microphone, and even though it's software based, it gives you that real guitar sound, like as if you've got a cabinet and you've got many different ones. So for example, I could change this to, I don't know, let's say the classic Metallica Master of Puppets sound. Yeah. Yeah. Or, which is my favourite, to be honest with you, yeah, that's probably a good one, but I tend to go for this one, the Black Album. So that's kind of I like that old classic sound. It's just got that crunch. Many people will use different types of cabs. I also use like to get my sound, you'll hear the difference. I'll use so you can hear that loud. There's not as much kick in it, but what I'll use is like a drive, or what we call like a bit of like a distortion or a booster, if you want to call it that, before the front end of the amp, so that you could use like a tube screamer or loads of different things, but you'll hear the difference now. So you've got like so it's got that little bit of bites, that metal sound. Lots of different ways of getting those sounds though. But yeah, man. Yeah. These are many ways that I used to get these kind of sounds happening, especially when sounds are important. If anything, sounds are really, really vital as far as I'm concerned, to get you influenced with a lot of things, but get you inspired, especially when you're writing. So, yeah, man, sounds are important. But yeah, any more questions? If anyone else is out there, I'd love to hear from you. Bring people along, do whatever it is you got to do, man. But hang out, spread the word. There probably ain't going to be a lot of people that's going to come on tonight, if I'm honest with you. A lot of people may watch the recording of this, which I'll be putting on there. So yeah, man. I think I've been working on another one actually. give you a little bit of a snippet. Bit Black Sabbath-y sounding. Playing instrumental stuff as well. Just jamming along. Yeah. Any more questions out there, people in YouTube land? Because they ain't going to be around for very long. Like we all got busy lives. Well, there you go. I think we've got still one concurrent viewer. I wonder who that could be. Oh man. Anyway, hope life's been good. Hope life's been treating you well. If you're all out there. Things change a lot, man. How long does it take you what's he saying now? How long does it take for you to experiment with a sound and finish a song? Depends on how God. If I'm really consistent and I really, put my mind to it, it really depends on the song. Depends how much it's grabbing you, depends how much you get into it. But me, especially like most people, being creatures of habit, being lazy, you can kind of, I've got it down, and then you kind of walk away from it a bit, and then I think if you're consistent, if you're constantly consistent, you can get a lot done, honestly. But yeah, there are times when you can kind of, I suppose you can kind of get a bit of burnout when you're doing a lot of stuff. For me personally, I've been away not doing the music thing for quite some years, but I kind of got back into it about a year or two ago, and I thought, right, I'm going to re-record some of the old material, get my engineering chops down again. You're always constantly learning. There's always something new. Always something new you're going to learn. Even now, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty experienced with what I'm doing and writing, recording, and so on and so on. But yeah, it can kind of, you're always learning something new, if anything. I don't know, it's like, for example, using a compression tool. Again, I thought I knew everything about compressors, but I don't. I thought I knew everything about vocals, recording and wise, but I don't. There's always something that you'll always kind of learn, if anything. So I suppose going off the boil there, how long does it take you to experiment with a sound? Really depends. It depends on what I'm kind of going for, but sometimes, more often than not, I'll experiment a little bit with not just the heavy sounds, but something that's a little bit more pop, I suppose. I don't know. But a sound's got to grab you. I do sometimes, and I know I did years and years ago on one of my older albums, which, again, you can find on Spotify. So make sure you do check it out as well. Spotify, go to KRANIUS.com. You'll see stuff on there as well, for the albums, you name it. But yeah, I did one of the old albums. It was an old album called Evolution, and I did some kind of ambient stuff on there, which was interesting, actually. But I do like my ambient stuff, so sometimes I'll mess about with, I suppose, synthesizers and strange, weird sounds and stuff like that. That can influence you as well. I tell you what, I really do love right now. Probably not, I don't know you guys, but Pink Floyd. I mean, I've been a fan of them for a long time anyway, but I've just literally kind of rediscovered them again, listening to how they do things. It's all about for me, it's the emotion. capturing an emotion in something, capturing a feel. It's not just about playing, it's capturing that feel of, and it's so difficult to kind of sometimes get that across in a recording. I mean, the idea can be great, but if you're not capturing the sound, the feel, how you heard it in your head, it can kind of take the wind out your sails a little bit. But it's all, you know, when it's difficult when you're doing so many different things on your own, because you're trying to make it sound good, you're trying to get the ideas down, and you've got to kind of cut yourself in, I don't know, several different roles. You've got to become the engineer, you've got to be the guitarist, you've got to be the writer, you've got to, you know, yeah. So really, it can take some time because you're trying to fill that many roles doing it on your own, which I'd give any advice to people. It's a good thing to do because in the long term, it gives you artistic control over what you want to do. There isn't anything better than being in a band, if I'm honest with you. It is great playing live. Yeah, miss those days, if I'm honest with you. Playing live, it is about the playing live, the feel, but a lot of the times the songs that you write and put on tape, put on record, they can sound even better when you're playing live. But still, you've got to be consistent. You've just got to keep going at it, finding your little rhythm, finding your chops, learning something new every day. Again, like I said, picking up a guitar or recording or doing these little things, it's little bits every day, but then do something new. Push yourself out your comfort zone because you'll start to pick up more and more stuff. One more for someone looking to start the journey of developing their own music. What computer program? Good question. Good question. What computer program would you advise to people to look into first? Mix and develop or a track complete beginner? Very, very good question. I would say there is free programs out there called Reaper. A lot of people use that. I tend to use like Cubase stuff because that's just me. They're all got their own learning curve. The more you kind of dive down that rabbit hole, the more things you can find are possible, the more things you can do. But I would say definitely, you know, Reaper, that's a good program. It's free as well. You don't have to pay for that. So that would really get you into, you know, recording. And the main thing, you just now, even more today, because it's so much easier and so, you know, technology is better, cheaper. I would definitely say looking at a good sound card first. So your sound cards that you could pick up now, you're looking at like most of your Sapphire Pro. Sapphire tend to be really good sound cards for me. There's many different products out there. You may find cheaper ones like Behringer and all sorts of stuff like that, but it comes down to the electronics that's in there. I've always historically used like a Focusrite preamps. They're just really well built. I've had it, God, now 10 years more, I don't know, but it's a great preamp, and it was designed to have loads of input so you could record bands and so on. Hey Claudia, just a quick hello. It's good to hear from you. Claudia's from Brazil. She champions my cause over there, plays a lot of KRANIUS, but good to hear from you. Hope you're well, hope you're safe. Big shout out to Brazil as well. Hope you're all good out there. But yeah, as far as it goes, with looking into mixing, developing tracks, yeah, complete beginner. I'd definitely say Reaper, that kind of thing. Cubase, that's always good, but you do need a good sound card. Listen, hey, if anybody wants to get into it and, you know, they're watching this, by all means, you know, drop me an email, whatever, I don't know, get in contact. If you're looking at starting up, I can always point you in the right direction. So I'd be more than happy to, you know, help out with that. Absolutely. So, any more questions? Is there anybody else out there, as they say? great guitar as well, this. It's got some nice active James Hetfield pickups of the Metallica man himself. But yeah, it's a great guitar. Absolutely loving it. It's loud. It just sings. Great to play as well. Great neck. That's another thing as well. If you're looking for like equipment and gear, I would definitely say look at, if you've got the money, get a decent guitar. It's always worth doing it, because a really crap one, if that makes sense, or a badly set up one, can put you off playing, man. Especially from like if you're experienced like myself, and then you go and play a badly set up guitar, it's just nah. But hey, listen, like most guitars, like most guys on here as well, you might see a lot of people that are probably doing a lot more than myself, probably more famous. They've obviously got a lot more viewers than me, but always worth checking them out. See, there's one particular guy who I know of, All England. Some people may know him. Probably do actually, 'cause he's quite big on YouTube. He always does reviews of gear. He calls it Will It Chug. So he's always, as a metal guy, he's always looking at different gear, things that you can record with, so on. There's loads of guys that'll do, before you even entertain buying one. Because I used to work in a music store many years ago. I would absolutely encourage you, go to a music store, get on it, play it. Not every guitar or every instrument's for everybody. Sometimes some instruments, might look great. You pick them up and they're just not for you. So yeah, by all means, get out there, get playing. I've seen people play, beat up pieces of wood, and they sound great. It's all down to the player. I mean, I'm not by any stretch of imagination a fantastic player. I can play, I can write, I can put things together. There's probably many guitarists that could wipe the floor with me with what I can do. But I'm more into the songwriting process. I like putting a song together. It's just my thing. You're gonna find your little niche. You're gonna go into little things that you want to do. You might even just say, you know what, hey, I want to be a great lead guitarist. Go for it. Learn everything you need to know about playing lead guitar. You want to be a rhythm player, do that. You want to be a drummer, do that. You want to be recording, do that. But sometimes you can do too many things. I probably fall into that category sometimes, but it's all each to their own. Everyone's got a good string to the bow. But the great thing about places like this now, like YouTube, things like and places like YouTube and so on, you can find some amazing information out there now, and I'd highly recommend it. When you need to know something, I pretty much go on YouTube now, especially when I'm looking at gear, I'm looking at improving something, even going back over things that I didn't know, learning your basics again. The list goes on. The list goes on, man. Yeah. Ooh, that's a weird sound. I don't often play lead. There you go, a bit of a snippet. I tend to do it when I'm recording anyway, when I do play lead, and I tend to overdub a lot of things, so there's a little bit of magic going on there. But it's still me, still all my playing. Especially when you're recording, there's lots of quick ways of making it sound good as well, so there is a little bit of, I'm probably ruining the magic for a lot of people here, especially for a lot of people that write, that are good at it, or studios, I don't know, but there's a lot of trickery on recording that you can make yourself, make it sound good, trust me. It's like anything today. It's like when you get I don't know, AI tracks, they're automated, and sorry, not just AI tracks, talk about like AI when they're doing computer effects, CG, that's advanced now, so it can make things look incredibly real. So I think it's one of those as well. Audio, I think the technology now if I'm honest with you, especially recording. The audio has far surpassed, or the equipment, I should say, is far surpassed the technology, the actual plugins and the software now. So computers can absolutely put up with it. But years ago you couldn't. It was like the technology was like kind of far behind it. If you were trying to record, you couldn't record many tracks. Things like Cubase and software. When I started, I used to literally record on like a 4-track machine. So I'd get riffs down. So that's when you used to have cassettes, and that's what I first got into. If I'm honest with you, when I first started recording, that's what gave me the bug. So I'd literally just like tapes, put them in 4 tracks, record something, bounce it, and you know that's kind of what got me into it. Very basic. I think it was a Fostex, I think it was. Man, that's going back. And then moved on to other things, like when digital recording kind of came out in the 90s, and moved on to like Roland 8-track recorders and zip discs in it and all sorts of crazy stuff. Had effects built in. You could, again, most of my songs as well, if you listen to old stuff, the drum machines, literally. And I used to just program the drum machines, put it all in there, get the drum tracks down, play along to it. And when I look back at it now, it's pretty hard work, man. Especially doing the manual way, especially doing it that way, and especially punching in, and very complex. So it was a good thing, because it kind of set me up for doing what I do now, especially like with Cubase and your recording and you know the plugins and so on and so on. You could build up a real top quality professional sound now from doing very little, if anything, especially with like audio. Yeah. Any more questions? Any more questions out there? One thing I do like about this guitar, you can probably see it, is the inlays. Sweet. Yeah, man. I love it. It's a great guitar, man. I've always wanted a white ESP, if you want to call it that. Kind of the Explorer shape. I've always played them. Clearly because I'm a Metallica nut and I love James Hetfield, but I think a black version might be on the radar, but don't say nothing. But no, man, just the feel of an ES, like an Explorer, has always been just right for me. It's just my thing. A lot of people play different guitars. I've got other guitars as well that I do use, but Flying V's, love the Flying V. Definitely reviewing that later. If I've got some riff ideas, I'm having a good look at that. Could be on the album, you never know. But yeah, man, if anyone's got any more questions, I know there's probably not a lot of people watching. Again, be great if you could. Love to see you all there. But yeah, man, just nice that I can actually have a chance to broadcast as well and do what I do here. Yeah. heavy slow riff for the next album. I've got a few been tying around on them as well. But yes, I will be doing a new album. It's in the works. I just feel it's time. Way long to time of not doing anything. So I think it's called for, really. Can't really rely on the old stuff all the time. But still, you gotta do what you do. Any more for any more. So yeah, man, been an interesting journey. When I look back at things that I've done, the things I've done, yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to be calling this album or tracks. I've not even got names for tracks yet. But what I do know, I've been putting down some pretty heavy riffs, some really good stuff. But yeah, it's all got to be put together. But I just thought, like I said at the beginning of this stream, I wanted to share, if anything, what I do with how I put stuff together. I just feel it's a thing that, I don't know, I think if anything I wanted to share my skills, if any, the experience, reach out to people out there that do listen. Like we just had there, Claudia, she's just jumped in, said hi all the way from Brazil. So it's not like I'm I'm just sat here on my own. I think I am today anyway. But no, man, it's been an interesting journey on the years that I've done it. But I think, as I say, I think new material is required. Definitely, absolutely, definitely. Again, don't forget, you want any info, anything that I'm doing, I tend to post a lot on the old social media. I'm sure you've seen that. And that's the thing as well. I'm like, I think sometimes I post too much stuff, or I get heavily involved in the social media thing. I think that needs to change as well. I want to get some more content going out there. At the end of the day, that's what music's about. You know, you've got to enjoy what you're doing. You got to put some stuff out there. But if you do, like I say, and you're interested in what I am doing, you've got the YouTube channel. I'll always be putting stuff on here. I'm hoping to try and do it every week if I can. Hopefully more. But again, that's all down to this. It's all down to the moolah. So maybe I've got to look at trying to get some money. You can only keep doing something so long if you ain't getting the money. But if you do, by all means, feel free. If you want to go and look at my stuff, you've got Spotify, it's all on there. It's all linked up on KRANIUS.com. If you pop over to KRANIUS.com on there, you'll see all the links. I've got Spotify, I've got the Bandcamp, we've got Apple iTunes, we've got YouTube, you name it. I'm all connected up, but unfortunately I don't use them enough. So that's why, like I say, I wanted to get on here, get on the YouTube, use it, spread my love. Not in that way, but more, I want to reach out to people. I want people to be a bit more part of what KRANIUS is about, to me, and I don't know, to you guys. I want you to experience it from behind the scenes, see how things are put together. I'll definitely be doing more work on this one, so maybe next week, if I've made a bit more progress on this one, or in the next few days or so, who knows, I might just put it online. But yeah, man, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And I really hope you guys want to join in and come along for the ride, as they say. How many people do we have? 1. Oh, well, you all got to start somewhere. But if you've got any suggestions, you do watch the videos. by all means, put in the comments, like they say, put in the comments below. Make sure that you subscribe and all that jazz. Put some comments in there, and please be respectful, be nice. You know, I'm trying to do a good thing, so haters are always going to hate, unfortunately. But yeah, any suggestions, any comment, even if it's just, you know, you need some help with what it is you're doing, you're recording, I don't know, anything that you want to, not sure of and you want to ask the question, by all means leave a message in the comment. I'm sure I will pick it up and I will try my best to give you an answer as best as possible. And if not, if I can't answer it, I'll address it on the next streams that I do and put it on there, and hopefully when you're there you'll get an answer. But make sure you do tell all your friends, tell people to come along. I'd be really appreciate it. I really would. And it'd make my journey a little bit more easy to know that people are wanting to listen, wanting to say, you know, hi, or just try and build some kind of little community of our own, especially with the KRANIUS thing. I'd really appreciate it. It'd be cool. It'd be really good. Yeah, man. So I think, like I say, there ain't much more I really want to cover, but if anybody's out there who has some questions, I'm still going to be around for a little bit. Some good questions from Dad, so I really appreciate that, my mate. Very much appreciated. I hope it gave you an answer to what you're asking. But yeah, heavy metal, as they say. Hope you're all going to have a decent day tomorrow. Hope you're up to something good. And I'm probably talking too much, so I'm gonna riff out a little bit. I was about a bit of Metallica, yeah, why not? Hopefully you've heard the new one. Yeah, sometimes as well when I'm knocking riffs out, it's just more of a mess around sometimes where I can... Sometimes I just want to get a rhythm or a feel or something first, and then I'll kind of listen to the tune, well, not just the tune, but the riff, and see where it's heading, so... make it a good old fast thrashy one either, could you? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, good old right hand. So, let's see if anyone else is in the room. Probably everyone's bored to death of listening to me now. Oh, man. But yeah, drums. Yeah, man. Let's cover a bit of drums. I'd say so. So when I'm doing kind of drums and stuff like that, you maybe I'll be able to see it. I don't know. I will use MIDI patterns. So, as you can see there, ooh, kick drum. That's snare. Yeah, click with the mouse. Ooh, toms. So, these little parts here, these are where the drums hit. It's a little bit like, you know, the computer being told, hit this, hit this, hit this, hit this kind of thing. So, you can see from like this little pattern here, probably a very bad pattern, but it's something that was messing with that. Sometimes I'll scratch these down. So say for example these two riffs here is something that I've been canoodling with that might be part of the and you can probably hear there the two guitars playing, but while kind of like panning them left and right, so it gives this more bit of a heavier feel. It's an essential for heavy metal rock, really. Builds up like a wall of sound. But yeah, drums. So as you can see there now, if we just pick back, so looky-lacky. So you can see all the different notes of where these drums are laid out. So if I hit them, yeah. So if we go to that part there, we can see there's all the. So we'll play that beat. It's probably a lot of rubbish, but yeah. Let's have a look at that one as well. That's probably something I was messing about with. So these parts I'll put in like 4/4 beats, and as you can see, I build them up. Start to build up my pants. So you can see from this now I've got like marked up like intros, verses, choruses, verses. So it kind of builds up a right. I know where I'm heading with this. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm building. And that's kind of your sort of your parts of your song. Then I'll kind of look at that and go, right, where the vocals coming in. I'll hear it. I'll play it over to myself a few times. Kind of see, you know, where I'm heading with what I'm doing. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a lot to it. Again, if you've got any questions about what I'm doing with this, by all means, reach out, let me know. I can always help you out with that. Not a problem. Let's have a look and see how many peoples we have on the stream. Nobody. Hey man, you all got to start somewhere to be somewhere, as they say. Little old me, the aging heavy metal guitar player. But yeah, man. By all means, spread it out the word. Don't forget, KRANIUS.com. I think if I'm pointing there now, make sure you click and subscribe, as they say. Let me just see if I'm pointing in the right place. No, there. Click and subscribe. Anyway, yeah, get yourself signed up. Make sure that you're subscribing to the channel. Even if you don't, someone else might. If you know, so they might like what they're hearing. I don't know. Cheers, mate. Really informative. I'm glad I could be of service. But yeah. So make sure that you do sign up. So again, don't forget KRANIUS.com. Loads of good stuff on there. I'm always tending to put like blogs and little bits of things on there that you'll see updates. Again, You got all the links for the songs and the Spotify. But I'm mainly active on the YouTube stuff, so you'll probably see some updates. And I'm probably talking way too much. Any suggestions, like I say, tell me what it is you want me to do. Even if it's, I'm happy if someone says, look, tell me how you do such and such a thing, or I don't know if it can be guitars, with recording, with compression, I don't know, anything you want. I'm really up for it, as long as you come by, say hi, be nice, and tell your friends, get more people here. Yeah, man, been good, something different. Who knows, maybe next time I might do a gig again, do some more playing. One of the old famous KRANIUS online streams. Play too many covers as well. Should play me on more. But then again, I think people will probably go and switch off. But there you go. Yeah. Nice little pinch harmonic. Yeah, bet you're all wondering how to do that. I'll reveal it next time. Come on to the next YouTube transmission that I do, and I'll teach you how to do pinch harmonics. Yeah. It's all down to the pick. Anyway, guys, I don't think it's going to pick up much. I don't expect a lot of people to be queuing up now. I've been on for like nearly an hour and nothing. But yeah, if you're still there, if you still got any questions, if you want me to answer anything, or you got anything that's like hey, how'd you do this? I don't know. Even if it's nothing to do with recording or KRANIUS, I don't care. Bring it on. Let's have a chat. There's only little old me sat here talking rubbish to myself. See, sometimes I play too much, waste too much time as well, noodling around and never getting things done. I think, if I'm honest with you, that's sometimes a musician's curse. You can end up getting really lazy sometimes and just like, yeah, I'll get it done tomorrow. But unfortunately, I think there's going to be a big push for me to, more for myself, to get some new material out here, man. It'd be an absolute shame and a waste of all the skills that I've got and the things that I do to not do another album. So pressure's on me. I may even just release one single. I don't know. I really don't know. Again, put something in the comments. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me if you think it's worth me trying to do another album. It's been a long time. I'm pretty sure I can do it, but a lot of work. But yeah, I think, looking at the time now, been on an hour, not much happening. Shame, but we'll do it all again. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. I think I'll play this tune one more time as an outro, and hopefully it might stick in your heads. But get on the old social medias, get in contact, drop us an email, whatever you gotta do. I'd love to hear from you all. And again, I'm here to help. If you've got any queries on things, I'll try my best out. I'll even bring it on the next stream. If you want a shout out, whatever it is, I'm happy to do it. So by all means, it'd be good to hear from you. So I'll play this one, give you one last blast of it, and I'll get out of your faces. And thanks for the people that have popped in. Thanks for popping along, asking the questions, keeping me sane, as they say. But I really appreciate it. And if you are watching on a replay, much love to you. Drop us your comments. Is there anything else I need to address? But by all means, make sure you come along to the next one. Be good to see you all. I'll outro myself with a bit of a chone. Definitely not that one. Let's go from the beginning. Ooh. Let's make sure we mute. Drums, please. To be honest with you. So I'll dance to the right hand because you can double step it. Not quite the same. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Anyway, I shall say adieu. Flick of the cap. Again, be nice to each other. Be good. Keep in touch. Stay heavy. Stay cranius. All the things. But yeah. Keep in touch, guys. Hopefully, I'll also see you on the next one. Ciao for now. Don't forget, stay metal.